Alright, YouTube. You missed the first part of it here, but we took apart an old scope we had laying around here. Using my Wheeler screwdriver set. Really nice set. Has a lot of the screws you're going to need to mount scopes and work on firearms. I mean, it doesn't have none of your center punches or pin drifts or any of that, but it has a lot of, you know, a lot of your newer rings are going to use your Torques, and then a little bit older is going to be in your Allens, and then really old stuff like we have right here is going to be using flathead. But you want to have a good screwdriver set, whether it's just a good set of screwdrivers and that's all you use them for, or a good set of gunsmithing screwdrivers. The key with a good set of gunsmithing screwdrivers, especially with the flat blades, is they're hollow ground, where when this comes down it gets perfectly parallel, so it matches the screw correctly. Where a normal screwdriver, if we can show it here if I have one, a normal flat blade screwdriver, this one here is for adjusting chainsaw carburetors. If you look at that profile, it's alright, so we got our Weaver see-through rings that we had sitting around here. I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, they're no good. But that's what we're going to use, just because it's what we have here. Instead of going out and trying to get something in particular right now. So that's what we're going to go with here. We made our own vice block to hold the rifle. I have a piece of wood there for in this AR-10, because the bought one that I have is for AR-15 pattern. Alright, so we're going to let one of my sons here take over. You gonna pull that rear off, slide it on from that end, if they're even gonna fit. Huh? I think they're both gonna come off that end. Oh, well then just take the front one off. So we've got too big. And we gotta see if these are even gonna fit. I still get first dibs. I already called first dibs. Before I even saw the car, I called first dibs. Keyword wag. You'll get stuck in it. Yep, they're gonna go on. Alright, so we're gonna wipe these down good here quick. We're trying something a little different here with the videoing, using a GoPro. It doesn't seem to be working right. And per one of my followers, he said about changing the camera around so it ain't so close to my face and showing what we're doing a little bit more. So we're gonna try this angle here and see if it's a little better. See if it looks a little better on camera and allows people to see what we're doing a little better. I know this GoPro has a very wide angle. I like that. But I don't know how much detail it's going to show. So we'll have to see here. Come on. Make sure when you put them on, you put them on facing the same way. Up top here, look. One side, it hooks on one side, the screws are on. So you slide them on.
Taking the back side off?
No. Slide them on this way. I don't think. Or we'll find out. We'll slide them back there and if there's enough room, depending on what the eye relief is. You gotta get it real right and it should slide on there. Alright, let's get the scope out of the box. Because I don't think you're going to be able to, I don't know, what's the relief on that? I don't think that's a scout. Has big bells on it. No. I mean, you're going to be able to keep it front, but... It's got a nice long eye relief, but I don't know if it's going to be tall enough. You have to see if you're going to be able to get your head behind it, but we are going to have to take that rear sight off. So let's slide those off. You gotta take it the whole way out, buddy.
When could you drive around your truck with it? Put the window
What we'll do is we'll try it out, and then we'll, if we can keep the scope far enough front, that you still have eye relief that you can put them sights behind it.
I laid into it a little bit.
If the scope's off, you might be able to co-witness through
I
it.
don't have to fucking look. I bet you that thing gets up and moves. I'm not saying as fast as yours, but if it was on stock suspension, I think I'd fucking run your ass. Tell you, I could.
Alright, careful, get behind it and see what it's like. No, you gotta have your shoulder up there.
Fuck with you.
Grab the rifle.
I think I'd fuck with you.
Is it full?
Mm-hmm.
Get the stuff to play.
Completely full. You're seeing the edges of the reticle and everything.
Yeah.
There should be oil on it. Well, then how are you supposed to clean it? The oil's there to oil it up. That's what catches all the dirt.
Think we can move it front
Probably.
and be able to get that?
It's not actually red, right? The motor's not actually red. I didn't know this. It's white.
There'll probably be enough room for that rear sight to clear. Now make sure it's in your shoulder where you're normally going to have it.
Because mine's nasty
Yeah,
as
I
shit.
can still see the whole
I cleaned it. I fucking, because we were dunking it in Coke.
Alright, well then let's put the rear sight back on
We sprayed a
and flip it
sprayed
up.
the cleaner stuff on it.
Or we can probably do it with the
And you
front
dunk it in
sight.
the bucket, and you keep doing that until it gets clean. Dude, I did it like 5 fucking times and it was still mucky a little bit. It was a lot
Look
better
through
than
there.
what-
Can you see that sight or is it gone?
It's gone.
Yeah, so we're not gonna be, we ain't gonna be able to
I think you
co-witness.
need to look into that. It has to have oil.
And they aren't tip-off rings, quick rings, so we'll just have to, it'll just have to be a scoped scenario for right now.
There has to be some kind of oil that.
Alright, so then let's,
I could be totally wrong.
is that where you think you want it?
Yeah.
Okay. So before you put the tops on,
Yeah, but there has to be some kind of cleaner to spray on it.
because we gotta line up with the slots in the picketing rail. You always want to make sure that the ring is pushed back, because that's where it's going to slide to. Or no, push front. What was I thinking there? When the rifle recoils, everything's going to move toward the muzzle end. So if you start out up against that, that'll be less that you gotta go. And then these here you'll have to they're gonna be ugly. Where you're gonna snap them down over there. And then slide it and get it to key in. You know what I'm saying? And this end we might barely have enough room to do it. We're hooked over there. Did you find? Alright, we'll have to get some. We'll look. You can go down and look through the shed. I don't know if there's any down there. If there ain't, we're gonna have to get some, huh? I thought there was 4 or 5 of the blue here. Where'd they all go? They were sitting on the wall right in here where Mama parked.
I stole one from my car, but I don't know where the rest of them went.
Alright, yeah, we might have to get some, Caleb.
One in my truck,
Alright, so.
in the back seat.
Are you gonna give it to Caleb?
He just gets it.
There you go, Caleb.
He's gone already.
Alright, so now we're going to loosely start our screws here. We're not going to do no Loctite yet. And then we'll worry about leveling the rifle, the scope up to the rifle. So go ahead. Put it in the bit.
So the shift in him is pretty much a safety.
Safety before you crank it.
Just don't even make them touching so we can turn it without marking up the tube. Just so they ain't gonna fall out.
Wow. Isn't that too low?
It's got plenty of clearance and it's hitting his eye. I think his eye's almost a little bit low, which is surprising. But see that this rail has a whole bunch of height on top of here to make room for the...
Yeah, but yours is the same way, isn't it?
No, because I don't have... I'm running a regular gas system where he's running an op rod.
It's not a gas system.
Piston operated.
This is piston. This is like the M14 or M1A1 and M1 Garand and ACR.
That's why it's more expensive.
They sell Airtech
Yeah, these are Airtech.
gas operated.
Yeah, direct and
Yeah.
They're
Alright.
making a piston operated.
So now get in our drawer there. Sorry guys, I bumped the camera right there. And the problem is that's an old set for when everything was made out of steel. So they're magnetic, so they'll stick on, but everything nowadays is aluminum. Because this here, in the old days, you would stick this on here, and it would magnet on the top of the rifle.
You can't really see it with the sun.
That's armor light rifle.
And it's not going to, because everything's aluminum.
I couldn't fucking see before.
And then basically you put
I thought it was
each piece
the gun cherry, not Jerry
on there. You get this bubble level, and then you turn the scope till that bubble's level, and then you know it's level on the rifle. So what we're gonna do, because what we got going on here, let go, loosen that one.
No, that's cool.
Okay, there it's in the center. So now turn the scope so it matches this one. You're off a little. Are you matching? Now I'm going to give you a piece of advice. With these rings, you're probably going to have to start that way a little, because as you tighten them, they're going to want to turn the scope. But we're going to go this one a little bit, and then this one a little bit, and then this one a little bit, jumping around just like you're torquing anything else down. We're going to run it here a little bit. See how it's turning it? Now before you go too far, try and turn the scope back. You might have to grab, no, don't grab back there, grab up here at the turns.
The carpet didn't turn out too
At the
bad.
turns.
The carpet didn't turn out too bad. Still wet.
You got a little.
They said it was from the parts factory. Fucking broke all the black shit.
I went too far.
Oh, I might get some. But it's off the bag.
Hang on, I gotta get this
It's off
back.
the bag. No, fine, others.
You're still a little too far.
I'm gonna pay for my bucks for it. Dude, yeah. That's a $3,000 project.
Alright, go ahead.
That had grease lanes and shit. And the white board
Don't
had
do that.
under $30,000. Put 20. That paper's nice, yeah.
Don't strip them. Stay alright?
Yeah. Yeah, they're about the same.
Well, they should be identical. Alright. Now you need the bigger bit in there and tighten those. Just, they don't gotta be crazy tight. I don't know the torque specs for these rings and I didn't think to look it up ahead of time, so just be realistic. In theory, they're supposed to be just hand tight, but a little bit more won't hurt. Alright. Alright, take it out of there so you're actually holding it in your hands. Make sure you're looking for. You snap it up, is it right there? Or do you gotta find it?
It's pretty much right there.
Yeah, for my eyes, I gotta be a little closer, but okay.
You want it back in there?
Yes, put it back in there.
Yeah, you can do it over. I'm not going to do that. Okay, then.
I think we can run
Yeah. I'll call Dad. He's calling me. I'll call Dad for me. Call me.
Just answer it. GoPro, stop recording.